Welcome everyone, it's great to have you here. Welcome to this new video, and you have tuned in to take a closer look at the topic of plastic care with me. I brought you a plastic care product that is extremely popular. It is bought super often, and Joseph confirmed to me again that it has really been received extremely well by us. Even though I haven't actually shown this plastic care product that often, the FX Protect interior dressing is really excellent in terms of price and refreshes the interior. It really makes the unpainted plastic in the interior look super nice, not too greasy, not shiny in any way, and it lasts a really long time. And I just want to show you that in the video today. We will also use the interior clean again, since we are currently focusing on the FX Protect theme. Ready to use, it's really a fantastic product. Also, the 5-liter canister is very affordable. And today, we will take a look in the video at how unpainted plastic in the interior looks after 153,000 kilometers. It will be a very nice cleaning and care action. I wish you a lot of fun. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the door. So, here we have the inner sides of the door of this beautiful Ford Fiesta. This is a fabric cover, but I have to tell you, on the passenger side, it's already coming apart at the top. The glue has completely come off here. This side still looks good, but today we are focusing on this here. Of course, it doesn't look the best visually. And in many new vehicles, we usually only have such material in the lower areas, but you might also know 1 or 2 vehicles that are newly released on the market that still have this unpainted plastic even in the upper areas. It may not be the coolest visually, but it is also about price and so on. And for vehicles where the price is perhaps a bit lower, we still have that today. So this is not something that has to do with classic cars, rather we often find these surfaces in new vehicles as well. And this door interior. It now has 153,000 kilometers on the clock, and we are going to clean it now to show you the difference that cleaning can make. I will demonstrate how to do it here as an example before we then go directly to the care. So first the part is pre-cleaned and then we will take a look at it. Then I finish the entire area and then we refresh the whole thing here on such an unpainted plastic, which is super robust. That's also an advantage. That's why it's used in many cases, for example, in vans and construction vehicles in that area. This material is very commonly used, is well structured, and has small pores. If you take a closer look here, you can see that it is not super smooth, but has small textures. And in these textures, a lot of dirt accumulates. And we will see that right away. That's why I brought you a completely fresh scrub pad. Also completely snow white. And now we simply spray a bit of product here. Also put a little on the pad. And in this case, you can also spray a bit on the surface. So now not over to the other side. So here we have it again, completely white. And now I'm just going to go over this. And the nice thing is, these little hairs have several advantages. For one, as you can see here, they also help to foam the cleaner a bit. And look, this was after the first short mini round. Look at the germ that's here. So now let's go over this. Let's go right along the edge. Here you can really clean this plastic deeply, and you can take that exactly as I say it, because these little bristles practically press into this structure, loosening the dirt on it, and then it's a bit, in quotation marks, like brushing teeth. Just look at what is happening here right now. There is indeed a lot of dirt in this surface. You can also nicely target specific areas here. Of course, you can get this part in both small and large sizes as a glove. I don't do that with this brush. I'm using the scrub pad for this because it's really great for that purpose. Take a look. I need to reduce the brightness a bit here. Take a look at the germ that's here. So here you can really work on the entire area. I'll just lift up the first part a bit and you can wonderfully treat the entire area with it. This also works well for vans or if you have an old VW bus or FUT. If you have acquired a transporter, you often have these unpainted plastic surfaces that are structured or have a grain. We can go over them nicely. So, I think that should be enough. So, now after this round, you see, again here, fresh 153,000 kilometers. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So now let's take a cloth here. You can also do it with a slightly damp cloth if you have concerns that there might still be a bit of residual dirt or something on it. And then we can just let it dry completely. The car creaks and rattles at all corners, but it is also a bit older, slightly. So, we are now nicely removing the remaining moisture, and of course we have already pulled dirt out of the fibers. And now we have a clean surface with no care products or anything on it, just cleaned Let it air out a bit. So, now let's just take a look at what color this plastic slightly gets after this time. Or rather, what difference indeed prevails in the end. And I think you can see it quite well. Here we have the line going down, and here we have this grayish surface. I hope it can be seen clearly. Yes, you can see it nicely here. So here it is very nice and even. And here we have this entire layer of dirt and grey haze. Even if I move it back and forth a little, you can see here that this dirty surface also moves back and forth. Of course, the effect is even stronger when you apply a care product. But just look at the visual difference now, especially in terms of uniformity. Really, really beautiful. Now, if you had thrown sand or dust against it here, now you can see it really nicely. So this is just a cleaning for now. And now I will finish the part down here. Then, of course, we will also go over it with some care. But I think it can be seen clearly, right? Ah, yes, here you can see it really nicely again. Nice and even. And over here, all the dirt is still in there. We're going to get rid of these pores now. It's really crazy, isn't it? How much dirt is stuck in here. Can you really rinse it out properly again? That's pretty intense. So, if the pad is really that dirty, after cleaning half a door like this, you can definitely rinse it out in between. And here where the entrance is, where you often bump into it with your shoes, you can also make some circular movements over it. So, and also here before. So, and then very carefully and thoroughly, really nicely pull all the dirt out of the surface with this fiber. Yes. And then we see here that such a pad picks up and loosens a lot of dirt. It's quite a noticeable difference. Really. Yes. So in between, it's important to clean the scrub pad as well, of course. Or simply rinse it with water. So, now we have a nice, evenly cleaned surface. What is still feasible over time and with the opportunity, as I said, I haven't worked with a brush here for a long time because in terms of handling, I'm just much better off with the scrub pad in these areas. It's faster and easier because it has that pad shape. So you can already see that a bit of cleaner has run underneath here. Let's take it away again. So now everything is nice and even, visually, perfect. That's how it should be. And now we will practically go over the plastic care so that we can perceive it visually better again, and the difference is simply clearer for you in the video. We will create a hard edge. And now just go over it with the interior dressing. Shake it up briefly again. And now grab the microfiber applicator, and I just do it like this. Hold it up here. Snap. Turn it once. Snap. Done. The amount you have here is more than enough. Look at this. It's so little. And that's why the durability or the lifespan of such a product is simply incredibly long. Extremely long. I'll just do it up to here. In terms of scent, I will also conduct a little scent analysis here shortly. So, really nice. And I have to tell you, I don't polish it off with a cloth, but I simply use the applicator, and now I just go over the entire surface here with the applicator across the whole surface of the door. And treat it just like plastic in outdoor areas. We can take a quick look again, so you need so little that this bottle lasts forever. To show you that there is still product in here, I will make a mark over here. So, this is the very little remainder that we had on at the beginning. Take a look, it's still there. So, there's still enough in the applicator. You can see it nicely over there. Now let's remove the tape here. And what I find really nice, and what I believe you will also like about FX Protect, is the truly beautiful, strong look, without it appearing greasy or shiny in any way. If it shines a bit up here, it's because the light is on top now. Look here, when the shadow comes over it, it becomes noticeably darker. So here, I find the look, the color refreshment. Oh yes, you can definitely notice it. It is noticeably smoother. When you run your fingers over it, they really stick to it. I'm going to go down here now. The nice thing is, I really haven't let this air out for long. You can now take a cloth, I'll use a fresh cloth, and you can go over it, and you'll see that it absorbs immediately and stays nicely on the surface. It can't be smudged anymore. You don't have to worry, okay? I can drive away again in 2 hours. You let it air out for a maximum of 2 minutes, and then it is already wonderfully dried on the surface. And it adheres very, very well. And we can also take another look over here. I hope this is still somewhat clear to you. Even here, after the short time I have been talking, it has already completely absorbed into the plastic and adheres. Very, very nice. I like it a lot. Feel free to write it in the comments below. Have you tried it as well? If so, how did you like it? And are you satisfied with it? What do you treat with it? For example, here plastic in the area, door seals, entry, all sorts of grips and so on. The only thing FX Protect is still missing is a bit of spray sealant, wet sealant. So 2, 3, 4 product categories, they still need to expand a bit, but I believe something will definitely come. But here with the interior dressing, in my opinion, it's an absolutely perfect product. There is nothing that needs to be changed here. Now let's take the back side of the applicator and put a little cleaner on this area. Now let's do the following test. We will clean over this area now. And wipe everything down with the cloth. And now you can see nicely here. I hope it can be seen well. I'll take you out of the tripod here. Which means, if you ever say, okay, I don't want the look on the surface anymore, you can easily clean it off again. You can see here that this care can also be removed without any residue. You can see it nicely here. And I think that's a positive point, that you don't have to use any harsh cleaners if you don't like the look, but it can be easily removed with the FX Protect Interior Cleaner. That's also a big advantage. All that's left for me to say is have fun testing it out. You can post your experiences in the comments below. Have you used it already? Or have you had the cleaner in use? I am really very, very satisfied with the products. The performance is right, the price is right, and the handling is really great, super easy. And the nice thing is, if something ends up on a spot where you say, hey, I didn't actually want that there, whether you accidentally touched it with the applicator or whatever, you can completely clean it off right after application or even days and weeks later with the cleaner. And that's the big, big point. It doesn't stick there. It doesn't adhere in any way. You don't need to use special products that might bring about compatibility issues with the materials. That's why it's a nice combination. I've linked a few things below. Let me know if you have any questions. Simply reachable anytime via WhatsApp, completely free of charge. It's always me who is in contact with you. Even if you have questions about other products, or if we want to put together a set for outdoor and indoor cleaning or discuss polishing. I am always available for you. Feel free to message me, and we can really create some amazing things together here and find you the perfect equipment. Also, depending on your budget, your requirements, and how much you need, you can find a lot of options. Many great things. And with that, we'll see you in the next video, folks. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye.